Welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, and while we're about an hour late on the news, Vikings have signed cornerback Fabian Moreau. We're going to talk about that. Before we do, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like, and comment as well. Fabian Moreau. So it always seems like Quasey just knows when we cannot get to the cameras to record a video. His signings often come at times when we are unable to do a video. But anyway, got to it now. This is your what was the actual phrase they used earlier in the day? Established corner, a well-known corner, whatever the hell it was. This is it. This is your signing. Cornerback Fabian Moreau. Let's get to know him a little bit. He played 16 games last year for the Denver Broncos. 11 starts. He had an interception. He broke up 7 passes. He entered the league as a third-round pick of your Washington football team. Again, career-wise, his numbers are 298 total tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, so he does show some ability to get into the backfield. Rarely, but he can do it. He's forced 3 fumbles. He has 42 passes defensed in his career. He also has 7 interceptions and started 56 games. Now you have an experienced cornerback on your team, on your depth chart, fleshing that thing out. And look at the teams he's played for. Washington, and he went to Atlanta for a year. Then he was with the New York Giants, and last year with Denver. So he's been in, on 4 different teams, different systems there defensively. And now he's with Brian Flores. And let's just look at this depth chart now. What does this mean for some other players on here? Because I think it's safe to assume at this point that Fabian Moreau is probably going to be safe. Like, I think he's going to make this team, just being that veteran, unless he just totally steps on his dick and looks awful, or maybe he's got, this looks horrible. But I think he's probably safe. So what does this mean for some other guys? Andrew Booth Jr. is the one that steps out right away. A guy who was, a bubble player to start the season. With what happened to the depth chart at cornerback, his chances to make the team start to look a little bit better. But now you got Duke Shelley, you signed a week and a half ago, and now you have Fabian Moreau, who you signed. His spot now goes back to being a very big question mark. Like Jalen Williams, again, the undrafted rookie from last year, who played fairly well briefly last year. His spot now looks up in the air. Yesterday, you got Brian Flores and Caleb Evans. We're going to need him. Is he a question mark again? So the competition has approved now at the cornerback position for the Vikings. It'll probably give Fabian a day or two to get acclimated, get his legs under him a little bit. But he's going to be thrown right into the mix in this thing. So look at the top of the depth chart now: Byron Murphy, Shaq Griffin, Fabian Moreau. And then where it goes from there, I think, is the question marks. Again, like I mentioned, Evans, Booth, Jay Will, Duke Shelley's fighting for a spot. Jacoby Francis. I mean, so Nudie McLaughlin, who took snaps with the ones yesterday in practice. I think it's getting a little more interesting when it comes to Vikings cornerback room. But we have a brand new Minnesota Viking. His name is Fabian Moreau. And again, I think he's making this final 53-man roster as the veteran that the Vikings were going to bring in. Again, we all thought it'd be Stephon Gilmore. Maybe Patrick Peterson would come back. J.C. Jackson was also thrown out there, but no, it is Fabian Moreau. Does this mean the Vikings are done? I don't know. I wouldn't. If he doesn't look good, they'll sign somebody else. So it's his job to lose, I think, at this point. So it's up to you, Mr. Moreau. Can you earn a spot on this Viking roster? I tend to think you will. So get used to him, because I think he'll be with your 2024 Minnesota Vikings. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of Fabian Moreau and the signing. Are you upset? Are you happy? Are you aroused? Whatever you want, whatever you feel, share it with us. And also share with me if you're keeping your skull in your hole.